Hey Grizzlies, you probably already saw the MHS and Beyond screencast that goes over the high school graduation requirements, and it has an overview of the options after high school. So if you're watching this screencast, it's probably because you're interested in going straight into the workforce after high school graduation. So, some of the things that we will be covering are the types of jobs, some of the local businesses that hire people with a high school diploma. We'll give you some tips on your resume, interviews, and things like that. We'll talk about college credit now, job fair, as well as some other things during this screencast. So, type of jobs. It's important for you to research the career that interests you to see if there are any additional education or training that are required. CIS and Virtual Job Shadow are really good resources in order to research this information. There are also entry level jobs. Most people will be entering the workforce at this level, but you have to realize that you can have the opportunity to grow and advance within a company. There are also on the job trainings that you may be able to participate in. So, type of jobs and requirements will vary by business and state laws, but here are some examples of some jobs that only require a high school diploma. So, for example, in retail, maybe a sales associate or a cashier. In medical, caregiving or admission representatives, claims adjusters, secretary, or receptionists. So, local businesses, here are just a few of the local businesses that hire people with a high school diploma or GED. Some may not require a high school diploma, but just keep in mind that um, the more education you have, the better off you're going to be and more opportunities you're going to have as well. So, positions and qualifications within each company are going to vary. So, it's important for you to research. So, some of the tips that we have for your resume, change the formatting style. You don't have to use that same template that you use to complete your resume here for the high school. You want to make it your own and you want to stand out. Make your resume specific to each job. So, if you're applying to multiple jobs, you should have a resume for each one of those. You want to make sure that you update your resume. Maybe your email has changed or your phone number has changed, or if you have additional work to put on there, some work experience that you have received. So make sure that you have it updated. Keep it short and professional. So you definitely only want to keep it to one page and make sure that you are reviewing it, proofread it, and have others review it as well. You also want to have a separate list of references ready. So you should have about 3 people that you can use as references, and maybe they are different for the jobs that you are applying to. But you want to make sure that you ask those people before you list them as a reference. You should never have family as a reference. It should be like a teacher, a previous employer, a coach, maybe your counselor, but definitely you should never be using family. So, tips for an interview: don't be nervous, sell yourself, but be honest. Keep in mind that they need you. So, they're interviewing you because they saw something good on your resume or your job application. So, just be sure to sell yourself. Research the company before you go in for the interview. It's important for you to know what the company does and what the position is that you applied to. Arrive early. You definitely don't want to be on time or late. So make sure to give yourself enough time to get there early and maybe review your resume. So dress professional, appropriate for the work that you will be performing, and make sure that you're clean and groomed. Give a firm handshake and maintain eye contact. Those things are definitely important. If you don't understand a question during the interview, it's okay to ask for clarification. So you can ask them to repeat the question, or you can ask them to rephrase the question so that you're able to actually understand and give a right answer. So give examples of what you have done. If there's a question that they ask you that you can give a specific scenario, make sure that you say that. And also practice. Do a mock interview. It can be with a teacher, your counselor in the College and Career Center. We also have some additional resources, so like Express and WorkSource. They also do mock interviews, but it's important for you to practice so that you feel comfortable. So other tips, clean up your social media. People are watching, so employers can look you up on any of the social media, and whatever you put on there is a reflection of who you are. So even though you may have done it, something silly or anything like that, if it's something that is inappropriate, you probably should take it down. So just kind of stick to the rule. If you wouldn't want your grandma to see it, you probably shouldn't have it on there. Volunteer. It's a great way to meet people, and they also become good references. Follow up on applications and after job interviews. So, whether that's over the phone or an email or in person, if you complete a job application and you haven't heard back in about a week or so, you can follow up. Same goes with a job interview. If you were interviewed and you haven't heard back, then you definitely want to follow up as well. And if you are given an interview, it's recommended that you send a thank you note to that business just for taking the time to interview you. And it really makes you stand out. So some people decide to go back to school after working for some time. Just keep in mind that this can be difficult, but it's definitely not impossible to go back to school. So you can do that if you want to work for some time and then go back to school. A community college is going to be a great resource and a good place to start. Also know that there are some employers that will pay for your education. And also know that you can work and go to college. So, college credit now, as you should know, we have a lot of classes that are approved mainly through Chemacata that are college credit. Opportunities begin from freshman year. You should have a C minus or higher in order to register for the college credit piece of it. It's a great way to add it to your resume and job applications. A lot of students say, I'm going straight into the workforce, or maybe I'm going into the military, and they don't realize that taking advantage of college credit now courses will help in those areas as well. And you'll definitely save a lot of money. It just costs $30 for the school year. And if you're taking those classes as a Chemacata student, it's going to be a lot more than that. So, job fair. We host a job fair every spring, and they are local businesses that come in here at the high school and they're looking to hire people. Some of these are for summer positions only, but many are year round. So, they might be looking for a senior that is going to graduate and will continue to work for them. So, more of a long term position. And the interviews, like I said, are done here at the high school, and then some businesses may choose to do a second interview at their business location. Each business may have their own requirements, so maybe a specific age or transportation, things like that. So it's important to keep that in mind. Use your free community resources. So, Express Employment Professionals, they employ people for many businesses. They have many different types of jobs. They can help you with your resume and interviews. They also provide some training. They have full-time, part-time, and temporary positions. You do have to be 18 years or older, though, in order to become an associate with Express. And you can see the Q&A video that Mrs. Lipke did, and it has some of the tips, and it goes into a little bit more detail about what Express is and what they do. Also, WorkSource Oregon, located here in McMinnville. They also can help you connect with different businesses. They have different jobs that are posted. They can help you create or review your resume. They can do interview tips and mock interviews as well. They have workshops that are open to the community, and they also offer the NCRC exam. And so there are businesses that require this exam in order to be hired with their company. So make sure you're looking at your resources. Again, CIS, Virtual Job Shadow are good resources, along with Express, WorkSource, qualityinfo.org also has a lot of job postings. Next steps. So you should really be updating your resume. And if you don't know where to locate your resume, we can help you with that. Start applying for jobs or begin to research jobs that you will apply to after graduation. Get connected with a community, free community resources, and volunteer as well. Those are good ways to be connected, to meet new people. Again, they make really good references for you as well. Look for internship opportunities. So if you're not interested exactly what career you want to do, you might do an internship or maybe a job shadow, or even an informational interview where you can ask people, about their job, what they do, and what you need to do in order to have a career like theirs. Ask people to be your references. Again, you want to give them notice. Teachers, coach, counselors, no family. And ask for help if you need it. So make sure that you're staying connected so that you know all of the information and opportunities that are provided to you. Parents can also get information through Google Classroom, so they can contact us if they want us to add them. And then we have Remind, Facebook, and Twitter. Remind will send you text messages straight to your phone, and you can get the class code from our high school website, or you can contact us for that. We do information on there about like College Credit Now registration, about the job fair, when we have like FAFSA nights, scholarship nights, things like that. All of that information is also posted on Facebook and Twitter. So make sure that you are aware, listening to announcements. Again, take advantage of the opportunities that we provide for you. So you know where to find us if you need help, and thanks for listening.